On the day of our wedding, my wife deceived me with her former lover. Now, she stands alone at the altar as I walk away from the web of lies. Our wedding day was meant to be the most joyous occasion of our lives. I had spent months meticulously planning every detail, from selecting the perfect venue to finalizing the guest list. I had always envisioned marrying Emily, the woman I cherished deeply. She was stunning, intelligent, and had a presence that could illuminate any room. I was eager to begin our journey together. As the day unfolded, everything appeared flawless. The ceremony was breathtaking. Our families were overwhelmed with emotion, and I couldn't stop beaming with happiness. Emily looked mesmerizing as she glided down the aisle in her white gown. I was consumed by love and anticipation for the future we were about to build. Yet, unbeknownst to me, everything was about to unravel in a way I could never have anticipated. After the ceremony, Emily suggested we take a brief moment alone before the reception. She mentioned needing a bit of time to freshen up, and I didn't think much of it. I was content giving her space before we greeted our guests. However, something about her demeanor felt off. She seemed tense, preoccupied, and a strange uneasiness crept into my thoughts. I attempted to brush away the nagging worry, but my suspicions were confirmed when I received a text from Sarah, a mutual friend. Her message was short but hit me like a blow to the chest. Emily's ex is here. I saw them talking a little too closely. You might want to check on them. My heart plummeted. I couldn't comprehend what I was reading. Emily's ex had always been a source of friction between us. He was a man who had hurt her in the past, and the one person I had always been cautious about. Emily had reassured me repeatedly that their relationship was purely platonic now, that he held no significance in her life. But as doubt began to take root, I couldn't ignore the warning. I excused myself from the gathering and headed toward the hotel suite where Emily had gone. The cheerful sounds of laughter and chatter from the reception faded as I walked down the hallway. A heavy weight settled in my chest, and an unsettling instinct gripped me. I considered texting Emily, but my hands trembled too much to type. Standing before the suite's door, I hesitated, unsure what I might uncover. Deep down, I feared the truth would change everything forever. I paused, straining to listen. Faint voices reached my ears. One of them was Emily's unmistakable laugh, but the other voice sent a chill down my spine. It was his, her ex's. My body froze as I eavesdropped on their conversation. The tone of their voices was far too familiar, far too intimate. My pulse quickened, and I felt the sting of betrayal tightening around me. Then, I heard the words that shattered my world. "Are you sure he doesn't know?" Emily's voice was hushed, almost a whisper. Her ex replied, "I don't think he does. We just have to be careful. It's the wedding day. He'll be distracted. No one will notice if we slip away for a few minutes." My stomach churned as the realization hit me, like a freight train. The woman I had entrusted with my heart and soul was conspiring with her ex, on the very day we were supposed to unite our lives. My hands balled into fists, and my breaths grew shallow. I was standing on the edge of an emotional abyss, unsure of what to do next. I confronted them. Should I knock on the door and demand answers? A storm of conflicting emotions raged within me. Part of me screamed to barge in and demand an explanation. Another voice urged caution, telling me to wait, to catch them in the act. My heart pounded as I leaned closer to the door, pressing my ear against the wood. Their muffled conversation was a mix of laughter and footsteps. The sound grew louder until I realized they were heading toward the door. I instinctively stepped back, my pulse racing like never before. The door creaked open, and there she was, Emily. Her face was flushed, and her wide eyes locked onto me. Her casual greeting, "Hey, what are you doing here?" dripped with nervousness she could barely mask. "Don't play games with me, Emily," I said, my voice raw with emotion. I heard everything. Her face paled as if all the blood had drained away. She stammered, You heard," but I cut her off before she could finish. I know what's going on, I said, the weight of my disbelief and fury trembling in my voice. You betrayed me, Emily. I trusted you with everything, and this is how you repay me. Her lips moved, but no words came out. It was as if she couldn't find a single justification for her actions. I turned away, my legs shaky beneath me, but I forced myself to keep moving. The sight of her, the woman I had once envisioned spending forever with, now felt like a cruel joke. Each step I took down the hallway felt heavier than the last, as though I was walking away from every dream I'd ever had. The elevator doors opened and I stepped inside, clutching my phone as messages from friends and family flooded in. Where are you? Hurry up, we're waiting. But I couldn't face anyone, not the guests, not her, not myself. As I descended, my mind spiraled with questions. How had I missed the signs? Had I been too blinded by love to notice? I replayed every moment, every promise, and every assurance Emily had given me. Each memory twisted into a blade, stabbing at the trust she had shattered. When the elevator doors slid open to the lobby, I hesitated. My instincts told me to leave, to get as far away as possible, but I couldn't shake the need for closure. I followed the sound of distant laughter and entered the lounge. There they were. Emily and her ex sat together on a couch, laughing as though the gravity of their actions hadn't yet caught up to them. The moment their eyes met mine, the laughter stopped. A suffocating silence blanketed the room. "What is this?" I asked, my voice steady, though my insides felt like they were crumbling. Emily shot up from the couch, her complexion as pale as a ghost. I didn't want you to find out like this. Find out what exactly? I demanded, stepping closer. That you've been lying to me? That while we were supposed to be celebrating our love, you were here with him on our wedding day. Her ex stood too, adjusting his suit jacket nervously. Look, man, it's not what you think. Not what I think. I cut him off, my voice rising. Do you think I'm a fool? I've known something was off for a while, but this is unforgivable. Emily tried to reach for me, her eyes brimming with tears. Please, just let me explain. No, I snapped, raising a hand to stop her. Don't come near me. You crossed a line that can never be undone. You didn't just make a mistake. You made a choice to betray me and everything we built together. Her tears spilled over, her voice trembling. I didn't mean for this to happen. It was a mistake, a stupid, horrible mistake. A mistake? I repeated, my voice dripping with incredulity. You didn't trip and fall into betrayal, Emily. You chose this. You chose to hurt me, to destroy everything we had. I could see the guilt etched into her expression, but it was too late. The love I had for her was buried beneath a mountain of anger and betrayal. The trust that once bound us was irreparably broken. As I turned to leave, she reached out one last time, desperation in her voice. Please don't leave me. We can fix this. We can make it right. I didn't look back. I didn't say another word. I walked out of the lounge, out of the hotel, and out of her life. My wedding day, the day I had dreamed of for so long, had become the day I chose to walk away from the woman I once thought I'd love forever. As I drove away, the weight of betrayal settled over me like a suffocating fog. My life was in ruins, but one thing was clear. I would never forgive her. I would never forget what she had done. That was the reality I would have to live with